See, big America. That's why we have no sound on the
all of you angels bring hope to this beast. You wait for time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my Father, bring hope to this beast. Remember the times we hung on the trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us some fleets. Fuck the Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa.
YouTube has sound.
Whoa,
YouTube has sound.
Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth. Yeah. But I took an oath that I'ma stand up and blaze the truth on any motherfucker. Yo. Hey, bury me a priest. Up at night I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the dance, get a ride to these streets, nigga, bury me a priest. Who's throwing honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If it's devil, rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest. So cold-blooded, but the whole blooded. Posted with the low stugging. In 15, I got caught up in the wrong spot. Cop tried to want me till my nose blooded. Now I'm fighting back. Suit up all my niggas in that black. Troopers with them killers in the cat. Catch me on the corner going hard with them motherfucking backs. Blaze on your bitch ass. Drop the truth for change, then I get cash. Bring it to the table, then we split that. It's that nation build a flow to make the dead turn their neck like a whiplash. Bury me a priest. Up at night I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the dance, get a ride to these streets, nigga, bury me a priest. Who's throwing honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If the devil rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest. I'm from the south and knew a trail up in Cardell. Met a nigga by the name of Tardell. The pretty ain't his real name, he put me on the work from the cartel. Bitch ain't a snitch, I'm a snitch. And I hit my brother up, I gotta live. This right before the truth, that shit legit. We can ship it by the truck, loaded by in the summer, we gon' hit, nigga. Yeah, about to be the man on that bitch ass. Got cream plus some sands on that bitch ass. Couple rubber band on the bitch ass. The fuck a nigga saying, I don't get cash. Let's slow the car down while I ride down the I-95, thinking about my daughter's eyes on some real shit. My partner caught a case, faced the time. What the fuck is going through a nigga's mind on some real shit? My daddy passed away while I was crying, but my pride won't let me keep crying on some real shit. Something gotta give shit, cause somebody gotta make it out these streets to bury me a priest. Up at night I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution, I be moving, got the dance, get a ride to these streets, nigga, bury me a priest. Who's throwing honor to my dad's name, he died before he ever got to see. Bury me a priest. If the devil rest in peace, tell my kids that it died on his feet. Bury me a priest. I got the glass on freaking head, yeah. Every day I put 16 on bed. Got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said, that's a good. Ripping the 16 of bed, worth in your bread. Nobody's bed, that's a done. I said am 58-1. The word is my gun. I aim at my brethren, my weapon say your son. Banana clip the message for the reckless and the young. Some take it easy, but the others just run. The river that we dumb about James 1 and 1. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakatah. That's ancient Hebrew 101. Since you want to speak in tongues, you can call upon the name of the Father who was up. Now we eating up the road. We breathing like the drums, reading back in 24. Verse 38 for lunch. Zechariah 14 will tell you how the war was won. Glory Ashala, out of Mount Zion. I got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a done deal. In the 16 of head, the word being read. Nobody's bad. That's a done deal. Got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a done deal. In the 16 of lead, the word being read. Nobody's bad. That's a done deal. This is confusion. You're telling people the law is done away with. Since you don't know the precepts, you should stop delaying. These commands are the truth. My daily meditation is your teacher. Give the statutes they will never be forsaken. When you come to see wisdom, prevent from temptation. Eat of the seed, stay away from divination. The same reign true as for all the other nations. Isaiah 14 into a change in occupation when it comes to salvation. We know it's of the Jews. John chapter 4, verse 22. Now that's the good news. The gospel of the kingdom. You can live a life and not to watch the black power be the fill the valley of position for the third. Revelation still in mountains of bloodshed. But Israel is risen as far as I'm concerned. Good riddance. Why should I apply to the wicked? Made our righteousness religion. I got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a gun deeper than the 16 of lead. The word being read. Nobody's bad. That's a done deal. I got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a done deal. Deeper than the 16 of lead. The word being read. Nobody's bad. That's a done deal. Some people say the truth hurts. For me, it never bothered. The 10 tribes of Syria carry across the water. The most high shows out. Little father. 1492, come on, became a slaughter. He didn't want a water. He did it out of color. They celebrate the transatlantic slave trade starter. And the American daughter. Rappers getting hard, said I'm trying to be a baller. Be a match war, a star, but mission shine in the law. Get a total recall. Obadiah had the vision, so it's just the Esau. And then it goes by, y'all. He can die to a thing and heaven ain't. And I wanna see you as a prince of the power with my brothers in the booth. No proof for the cowards when we rolling in the booth. As the seeds of the dead, it's a life bear through. Now I wish I could the heathen down in one real school. I got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a gun deeper than the 16 of lead. The word being read, nobody's bad. That's a gun deal. Got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a gun deeper than the 16 of lead. The word being read, nobody's bad. That's a done deal. Got the grapes in the glass, strong drinking hand. You heard what I said? That's a done deeper than the 16 of lead. The word being read, nobody's bad. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. That's a done deal.
Shalom Israel. We're the ISUPK. Started out 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. You understand? And we are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group on the planet Earth. And we for damn sure ain't affiliated with no Christian church, no Muslim mosque, ain't affiliated with nobody. It's the ISPK versus them all.
That's right.
Because guess what? None of them are actually doing the work. And we're going to go over a little bit of the history of America's brutal damn violence, man, against black people. And we're going to show you how, what they call the struggle, right? The struggle for change, you know what I'm saying? The struggle for equality. The struggle to be treated like a man, the struggle to be treated fairly by these people that hate your gut has never changed. It's still the same since way back when up until right now, you know. And what our people don't know is that the white man is an extremely clever bastard. And I'm not saying like he's so smart, he's intelligent, and you know, he really knows how to get the job done, and he's so successful, and this and that. He has a lot of money because he has brains and put in all the hard work. No, he is exceptional at deceiving you.
Right.
That's what he's exceptional at. The white man is exceptional at lying to you. You understand? And then guess what? You are exceptional for falling for it every single time. You're excellent at it. It doesn't matter how he throws it your way, how it comes at you. When the white man says it, you believe it, it's the truth, it has to be right, and we're going to roll with that. That's what happens. Every single time they do something to us, they murder us, they kill us, you know. I had a sister today call me, and she said, man, I'm starting to get tired of, what they call themselves, apologists or something like that? The ones that are trying to join white people. She said, I'm seeing the same posts like every day, all day, with them apologizing to white people. Excuse me, my white friends, my white people, and good white people, because not all of them are bad, and things like that. This ain't about you. What I'm about to say ain't got nothing to do with you. How the hell you gonna say something about white people murdering us and oppressing us, but it ain't got nothing to do with them? Yeah, they all in on it together. Even the ones that come out and join your marches and your protest, they in on it together. You even have some people that love to say, you know, what about the white people that helped us in slavery? You know, they helped us get away and all of this. That man played. You understand? Look, they've been playing this saying they running the same old game on us since back then. Since back then. You understand? Like when they fought in the South and in the North. It wasn't because the North just, I really want to treat African Americans, and what they call us, I really want to treat the Negroes like people. You understand? The way they're being treated is just simply inhumane. And I want them to come up north and live with us and be treated fair. They're pleased. You understand? Look at the NYPD. You understand? And look at how they murdering us stuck up. You know what I'm saying? Or look at how they killing us all over Boston. You understand? Like, come on, they doing it all over the earth. It don't matter about north, south, east, west. You understand? We are their target everywhere we are. Okay?
Right.
And we're gonna have to understand it. First, I'm gonna grab a couple of videos to show you what I was saying and how none of this stuff has actually changed here for us. Even though we march, we protest, sing, dance, you know, we do all of this, man, and it still does not matter. Now this little clip right here. We're gonna play this clip. This is they are Russian, right? And this cat here had turned around, and a lot of people gave the credit, you understand, to Martin Luther King Jr. for him organizing, you know, the March on Washington, the speech that plagiarized speech. You understand? He get a lot of credit for a lot of things that he ain't had nothing to do with. You understand? And if Martin Luther King Jr. and Bill Rustin and all them other preachers that was all involved in that nonsense, if they really and truly served God, none of them would have ever been part of any of that mess.
Right.
You understand? Because the Lord is not with any of that nonsense. He's not with you begging and pleading with your oppressor to treat you right. Like, it just don't make sense to me. You understand? Like, say for instance, and we've all had someone in the hood like this, right? Somebody in the hood come up and they don't like you, boy, you got all kind of stuff to say about them. Oh man, fuck that lady, she ain't, you know what I mean? Let somebody black say, oh man, he said he don't like you, dog. Shoot, y'all give a damn. You got the biggest attitude, you understand? But then when you say white people, oh man, you know, see, you acting like them. You acting like white people, man. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell them, you just like them? And that right there, that mentality, I'm gonna show you how big the slave mentality it is. And I'm gonna show you, we're gonna read a story of one of the slaves from back in the day. And he had this mentality too, this type of mentality. You understand? And but that right there is extremely crazy to me and idiotic as hell, because how you gonna sit here and say that black people that in a sense not totally think like white people, but the ones that are like, hey, they don't like me, they hell with them. You understand? You'll turn around and say to them that they just like you, just like them. So in your mind, subconsciously, you know that these people are extremely evil.
Right.
You understand? You know that they do not care anything about you. For you to make that comment, because I get it all the time, Brian. They tell me all the time, man, you're just like them. You ain't no better than the KKK. When I heard a Negro, I be want to slap them in their goddamn mouth.
Right.
I be want to knock their lips off their damn face. We ain't hung and lynched and burned and beat not damn devil. Even though they so righteously deserve it.
That's right.
And we ain't did it not one single time. We ain't took and burnt a shield of David in nobody's yard. You understand? Like they did burning crosses in our yard as they murdered us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But once they set the cross on fire, they turn around and set our house on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? To burn us out the house so they can turn around and hit us with some shotgun. But one way or the other, we coming out the house. You understand? They come out there, hey nigga, come on out here. They all standing out in front, and you looking out your window. You understand? You like, damn. You know what I mean? And here it is. It's all okay. You don't want to come out. Set their cross on fire, and then they set your house on fire. And eventually, you understand? I mean, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to die. Eventually, the smoke gonna get to you, inhalation, the flame, your house going to flame. Then you gonna come running out trying to say like, hoping that you can, you know what I'm saying? You passed the devil with your shotgun, but you just don't know that your whole house is surrounded by white people.
Right.
You understand? By terrorists. You understand? By psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? You end up dying anyway.
Right.
You understand? You don't run faster than they gun. And they bullet. You don't go.
That's a lot. That's the same thing that just happened to young brother Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
So for those people who think it stopped or somehow they ain't doing it, no, they doing it. You just ain't seeing it.
You didn't see it.
Right.
And they just didn't put it out there. You understand? Because
Right.
everybody in their community that lives on their block is white.
Right.
So they ain't telling them. They ain't saying nothing. You understand? And that's something else that the sister that I explained to her this morning, you know what I'm saying, that our people are asleep. They are asleep. You see what's going on. You wake up for a hot second, and then they grab you. You know how mothers do, right? Especially new mothers, right? When that baby gets get crying, new mama run, boy, grab that baby. You know what I'm saying? Try to get the baby quiet, rock them back to sleep. That's what the white man do. Every time he murder one of your people, every time you get upset, every time, you understand? Like for instance with the what's the devil name, that cop that shot that brother Boston John. You understand? That scene in the courtroom that everybody saw, that was to rock you back to sleep.
Right.
That judge, what was her name?
Salakia, I believe
Amber Guy. Yeah, Amber Guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That black judge, the black bailiff, and that black brother, all of that was to rock you back to sleep.
Right.
You understand? Because guess what? She murdered a brother senselessly.
Right.
You understand? You wasn't that goddamn drunk. You understand? You wasn't that goddamn horny because she was supposed to be prostituting with her partner. You understand? And so you wasn't none of that. Okay? And here it is, you go in somebody else's house, you think you're in your house, then you get scared, then you kill them. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. All of that was nonsense. But then it started with the bailiff kicked it off first.
All right.
And it was so disgusting, man. She lied. I think it was the judge lied for the bailiff and said no, she wasn't stroking her hair. And yes, she was. She was making sure that she was presentable. She was making sure that stringy dog hair of hers was in place.
Right.
You understand? She was pushing it, making it like under smooth, making sure she, doing it to the side, make sure it's not in her eyes so she can see. And the judge said, no. What she was doing, she was searching her, the cavity said, no, what? They don't even do that in the courtroom.
Right.
I've been in a couple, you know what I'm saying, not saying that, I'm a criminal or anything. You understand that I've done anything wrong, let my people go. You know what I'm saying? But I turn around and they do that before you go in that room.
Right.
Because guess what? You might have something and do something to the judge. You understand? You might have a weapon and pull it on the judge. They ain't taking them kind of chances. You understand? Even though they got all of them, they got, you know, 10, 12 of them in one courtroom. They still are not taking a chance and you possibly having anything on you in your hair, your butt, on the bottom of your feet, any goddamn thing. They checking the hell out you. Once they come get you out your cell, take you to court, they check you before you go. Once they put you in the holdover, they check you again once you get out of there. Once they put you in the van, if you got to transport you, they check you again when you get out of there. They put you in the holdover, they check you again, and then before you go right in the courtroom, in the room you sit in the back, they check you one more time, and then you good to go and go to court.
Right.
Ain't no, they was checking to make sure she had nothing on her. You understand? Then the brother, the old sissy, he, can I give her a hug? Can you please give her a hug? You know what I'm saying? I said, what the hell? You would hug the murderer. You would hug the person that murdered your brother senselessly. Like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Wow.
And that's the problem. That kind of love runs deep for our oppressors, man. That is a slave mentality.
Right.
You know, that is a slave mentality, and we're going to go over that. And, you got that?
Allah.
Okay, no sweat. I just and it's just disgusting, man. The judge even said, when she started giving her story, I knew it was going to be some God. She said, see, you all some of black men, because once black people started complaining, and it started going viral, different things, everybody was, you know, saying and posting about it. She said, see, you all saw her from the back. Meaning you just looking at the back of her head on, you know, in the courtroom and on TV. You're just seeing her face the judge, right? But I saw her from the front. That's what she said. And I saw a woman broken. It was judge. I said, God damn. I see a murderer. You understand? That's all I see.
Right.
I don't see no woman, but she didn't look broken to me. You understand? She didn't look broken to me at all. Go ahead.
Salakia, that man was sitting in the chair eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, like an angel too.
I don't care how broken you look. You murdered a man. Like,
Yeah.
it don't matter how many tears you fake.
True. And the same judge, when she was a prosecutor, she couldn't see the black man and the black woman broke. Because it was a high profile case. I brought this out one time in class. It was a high profile case that she was on. And she was prosecuting a brother. And this brother was crying, you understand, and was begging and pleading and apologizing. Why didn't you see him broken? She gave him the max. You understand? She fought for the max for him. You understand? She didn't see him broken. But now that you see your oppressor, your lover, your God, your white Jesus, everything. Now it's, oh, I got some compassion in my heart for those that have committed crimes. And then turned around and gave her a Bible. You know what I'm going to do for you? She said, here you go. God bless you. Make sure you read this. This is my own personal Bible. And she gave her her personal Bible. Said, this is my gift to you. I want to give you the gift of God. You know, they tried that with Dylan Storm Roof too. They tried to give Dylan Storm Roof the gift of God too, right? And you see what he did. If he hadn't run out of bullets, he'd killed everybody in there.
Right.
You understand? He wasn't a good shot. I could tell. You understand? He was like a wimpy kid. Wimpy kid. Yeah, he's like a wimpy kid. You understand? He couldn't shoot. He can't fight. He can't. But he was just so full of rage that he had enough in him to go load him up a couple times,
Right.
get that off, and kill a damn, how was it, like 89 years old? You kill an old black woman, old black man. Like, oh, you're some big tough guy.
Right.
You understand? And then he gets treated to a Burger King meal, wasn't it?
Right.
Or Hardee's or something like that. Burger King?
Burger King.
Burger King, yeah.
Got it,
He
got it.
said, look, I'm hungry, man. Stop and give me some meat. You know, boy, let that have been a naked, they'd have beat the brakes off of him. Go up in a white church and shoot some of that, they would have beat your goddamn, you wouldn't have been able to eat for a month. You know what I'm saying?
So, that's if you made it to the court.
That's if you would have made it, yeah. But they turned around and said, gun, and then shot.
Or like they did with Freddie Gray, put you in the back of
van handcuffed and just throw you around from side to side.
Oh yeah, that too. Absolutely. Or just do like Eric Garner, choke the shit out you.
Right.
You understand? Jump straight on your back, arm around your neck, and just choke you until you're dead. Or just do like they did my man, George Floyd. Just sit on your, just very comfortably. I wish this goddamn paddy wagon would hurry up. Man, where is the thing? You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there like too comfortable.
Right.
You know? And these people are all too comfortable with hurting us. And one reason being is because we refuse to serve the Lord.
That's
and we
right.
keep begging them. You understand? If we would serve our God, our power, then guess what? They would be scared as hell. You understand? They'll be trembling when they come. License and registration, please. I didn't hurt. They mean to bother you. You understand? That's how they'll pull neighbors over. If we would serve the Lord. But we just refuse to do it. We want to continue to serve them. And I just don't get it. What is so exciting about this place? To where you would rather serve the damn villain. You understand? And do like what the scripture says, which is to worship the creature than the creator.
Right.
It is so much better serving the Lord. It's even in the scripture. And it's sweeter to serve the Lord than do anything else in life. Like, I mean, man, like, I just don't get it. But Christians, they keep pushing the same old mess on us. And we're going to go, we're just going to clip real quick from Bayard Russ to show you that the mentality has never changed. It's never shifted. You understand? It's always been the same. It's always been join your oppressor. It's never been, you know what, it's time for change, for real. You know, and it's time to get away from these people. It's never been that. That's never been the goal. But let's play this little clip real quick. Okay, now this is a quote from Bayard Rustin. Here it says, "The proof that one truly believes in is action." And let me help you out with something. Nothing that they did in that march was action at all. You understand? It was Barack Obama, baby. That's what it was. It was put you to sleep. Okay? Like, the stuff that they was doing. Like, when you go and look the stuff up, they were teaching our children how to march. How to let a crowd spit on you, throw things at you. You understand? Hurl all kind of obscenities at you. You understand? Call you all kind of ridiculous names, talk all about you, and then you just keep on going. You just keep on going. You just keep going. Just keep going. Good girl. You understand? I'm not going to teach my girl to get disrespected by these people, get spit on by these people. Right. You have a cell phone, you'll call your daddy, and I'm going to come handle my business. Good girl.
That's a lock you. That just wasn't just with the marches. That translated into life. Then they start teaching their children, look, whatever they say, whatever they do, don't do anything. Right. Just keep doing whatever they tell you. Oh, at your slave, don't say anything. Just keep going to their stores and buying their products and supporting them. Like it was more than just the marches that they screwed us with that. They messed up generations like that.
Oh, of course they do. And they're still teaching.
Right.
That's what gets me. They are still, people that, I forgot the most recent one that I seen, organization that was going around just last year before COVID-19 hit, going around teaching people how to peacefully protest. Non-violently how do you have a non-violent protest and you're undergoing all this violence? Right. I still don't get that about you. You understand? That's just like you having a basketball game without the basketball. Like, it can't, how the hell do you shoot? You understand? How do you score? How do you say you playing ball and you don't even have a goddamn ball? You understand? You want to turn around and say, you know what, we're going to turn around and peacefully, non-violently protest, and then guess what? But they're going to beat the hell out you. They're going to spray you down. They're going to stick a dog on you. They're going to tear gas you. They're going to do all that to you. Billy Club upside, but you got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Man, damn that. I'm not letting nobody beat on me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You understand? I'm not letting nobody put their hands on me. You know what I'm saying? We got protocols for that. And I don't know nobody in this school that let nobody put their hands on. Talking about some $9. Yeah, we $9. But guess what? I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't, hey, I ain't gonna bother you, you don't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put your hands on me, I don't have a reason to put my hands on you. If you come into the front, oh my God, we're going to defend ourselves. You're gonna have a big problem on your hand. Damn, boy, you're
Damn right.
good night. You understand? You're gonna have a huge problem.
Make all your
You
problems go
understand?
away.
Huh?
So I'll make all your problems go
Oh
away.
man, look at it.
So all
Guess what?
everything
Self-defense, we don't play that.
Right.
We don't play that up in here. We absolutely defend ourselves in here. That's in the scripture that we fight and we die for our lives and our laws.
That's right.
Simple as that. Hey, like I said, you ain't touch me, I ain't got no reason to touch you.
Right.
That's simple as that, ain't? Isn't that the American way?
Damn right.
Treat others like you want to be treated. Don't they say that all the time?
Time to time.
You know what I'm
Golden rule.
saying? Well, that's the golden rule.
Right.
You understand? Hey, but guess what? Now when it comes to us though,
Right.
when it comes to us, I was scared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? How you scared of me? I ain't bothered you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You came in my goddamn yard. You come in my face. You understand? But not, oh, you scared of me. Okay. You understand? If you so scared, why the hell you get so close? Why you over here?
Right.
If you was so scared. Why you ain't go in the house if you was scared? That's what scared people do. Scared people run and go in the house and hide. You know what I'm saying? If you was so damn scared. But I'm going to show you that these Christians never gave white people something to be scared of. And they never will. They never will. I mean, who's scared of a sissy preacher? Like, let's be honest.
Right.
Who was scared of Martin Luther King? You understand? Nobody. Who's scared of T.D. Jakes? Who fears him? Who fears Creflo? People fear giving Creflo their money. Creflo Dollar told him, he said, nigga, you don't pay me. He said, I'm going to line you up outside with an AK-47, blow your goddamn brains out, you don't pay me.
Mm-hmm.
They scared of that nigga, you know what I mean? They scared of him. A Salaki, I got to take that back. Because them numbers gave him that $96 million just for the work.
Right.
They was like, oh, hell, you know, he got that AK. He gonna take us out back, shoot him. Now we gotta, come on, open the place. Look. They finna pay him. But, like I said, they'll never, these Christian preachers don't even have the spirit of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They have the spirit of a homosexual. All right? Take anything up the butt. Then they will do anything strange for some change.
Right.
That's what they'll do. They'll do anything. Right? And we're going to show you the very man who organized the march on Washington was a sissy. You understand? He was a sissy. That's why he was so beloved of the community. You understand? I hate to say it, but black people love sissies, man. Especially black women. She's all boss. He complains about she can't find no good man. And you hang with all these sissies.
Right.
Half of them gay. Yeah, you got a gay friend because you gonna be sleeping with your man when you go to work. You know what I'm saying? The sisters really think that they man be straight in the world. Everybody in the world be doing a lot of things they ain't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But man, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. Okay? But let's play this one real quick.
I am not ready to die.
Right there. Already. You understand? Already he's conditioning you. Getting you scared. But I mean, who wants to die? But here, in here, that's part of the job description.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's part of the job description. Is you just might die. You just might lose your life. And these are the only brothers that I know that's ready. Christians claim that, oh no, I'll die for me some Jesus. No, they won't. You understand? They'll be like Judas, turn Christ in so that they can live. That's what they'll do. They'll do it again. And again and again. And they'll turn you in so they can live.
Right.
You understand? They'll turn around and hand you over. So, hey, no, take him, not me. You understand? Because I am a pastor. I'm a preacher. Okay, I'm on your side. not his. The preacher turned on you. He already turned on you.
Right.
You understand? He ain't for his people at all anyway. But right there, I am not ready to die. Disgusting, man. But, man gotta be willing to die for something.
That's right.
Like, damn, you ain't even a man, you ain't gonna die for your people, for this truth, for your brothers and sisters, for your family. You understand? You ain't gonna do that? Nah. Look good.
And Salakia, he knows he's sending people to their death. He knows he knows his people that he is sending people to their death.
Yeah.
He knows some of them gonna die in this
Of
march.
course.
So how you a man who not prepared to die, but you gonna send somebody else to their
You
death?
gonna send somebody else to die. Yeah, because he's a coward.
Kind of guy.
You understand? He's a B-I-C-T-H, and in that order. You understand?
Right.
What was her name? What's her mama? What was her name? Mama, who? Mama D. Yeah. B-I-C-T-H, and in that order. You understand? Now, you know you always got this. You B-I-C-T-H. Damn. You understand? You jacked up. But you know,
I want no Negro to die. I want no human being to die or to be brutalized. Because I thoroughly believe that the struggle can be won without brutalization.
that, you see, there it is. You understand? Give me the definition of struggle. Like, struggle is not something that's just very calmly done. You understand? The word putting the word struggle in there by itself, you understand, is an error on his part. Because struggle don't move.
Struggle, a verb. Make forceful or violent efforts to get free of restraint or constriction.
Wait a minute. Because he said the struggle needs to be done without violence, without peacefully. That's what he's fighting for.
Right.
For peace, the word struggle and what he claimed he's trying to get don't even go together.
Right.
It doesn't. That's how you know that these preachers don't even know what they're talking about. So when you continue on, struggle don't mean lay back. It don't mean nothing about laying back. It don't mean nothing about don't use excessive force. Don't use. It's gonna take some force.
Right.
You understand? Like, come on, look at what we going through. Look at what we are going through. And like I said, you want to non-violently, you want to no brutalization. You understand? Well, guess what? It's real simple. It's in the scripture. All we have to do is just about face and turn around and turn our backs on the very damn people that hate us.
That's right.
That's all we got to do. Is just turn our back on them and come and join each other up under command and general house. That's real simple.
Right.
Hey, I did it. You understand? I did it. And guess what, man? Look, I love it.
Right.
You understand? I love being in a place to where, guess what? Where a person can't come in here and enjoy himself and sit in class. You understand? Have a tambourine. Ain't no tambourine up in here.
Right.
Ain't no goddamn holy and no ghost going down up in here. I remember one sister did that in class. You know what I'm saying? We had teaching in the library. For Christian. And she turned and said, man, I want to come. I said, I seen a couple of y'all videos. And y'all got the truth. I'm coming in now. And boy, she asked me some questions. And I'm giving her the breakdown. And, woo, thank you, G. I said, no. What are you doing? Don't do that shit here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that up in her shit. Ain't no Holy Ghost up in here. You understand? And guess what? She got that shit under control. Yeah, that's how you know it's full of it.
Right.
If it was something that you just can't control, and you know the spirit do me, you know what I'm saying? We just hit you, and you just, you know what I'm saying? She would have continued on. And she would have fell all on the floor. I would just look at all up under her dress. You understand? She would stick to it. You understand? I was seeing all up under her dress, everything, right? And then when they do it, she come all out their clothes. When they Holy Ghost out their clothes, don't they? I remember when I was a kid, why you be like, the ornament part. Whew, these young people, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when women turn around and get them, I'll be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't wait till I got older. Hey, I'm telling you, hey, it's a house of freaks. You understand?
Right.
The freaks come out in church. You understand? Not night, not just for night. They come out in church too. You understand? That's all I was in church looking for was a damn woman anyway. And nobody said ain't that an old saying? It said, if you want to find a freaky girl, you do what? Go to church. You're like, damn. They got a reputation of being whore. You know what I'm saying? It's a whore house. Good.
So like it. And the pastor's kid is known as the worst
biggest
one.
hoe. You understand? The biggest freak up in there. Everybody in the church had the pastor dog. Like, God damn. You know, it's disgusting. But this is what they produce, man. They produce whores, cowards, sissies, you understand, homosexuals, lesbians, trainees. You understand what they out there fighting for now? Trans lives matter. Oh my God. It's just never ending with this church. But it's the same old junk. Let's look at it. That's the brutalization that our people are going through, man. And then we fool had to know we won't tolerate. Yes, you are. You're teaching them. You're putting them out there to tolerate.
Right.
Commanders in your house. Oh hell no! You ain't going out there to do that. You get in here. You understand? And we do it the way the Lord said do it.
Right.
We go out, but not like that. You understand? I ain't put on man's Skechers since I've been in the truth. I ain't put on man's Nike or Reebok. You understand? And got ready for no damn walk. You understand? Since I've been in this truth. We put boots to the ground.
That's right.
And we get out there and we do it the way that the Lord said do it. Not turn around and go out there and do this. Look at this, man. Look at the scene. Look at the police, man. Didn't they just do this a week ago? They're still doing it. They're still doing it. They're still protesting. The police are still beating the hell out of the peaceful protesters. You understand? So what point? What difference are you making? Well, guess what? We're going through the same thing. This was the 60s. Now this is the 2000s.
Right.
You understand? 1960 to 2020, and we still doing the same old Christian show. All right, but look at what's going on. We ain't gonna tolerate no brutalization, and you getting the hell beat out you while you out there protesting. Look at
we will stay in these damn streets until every Negro in the country can vote.
We're gonna stay in the street until every Negro in the country can vote. The hell with voting, man? Like, that's stupid. I don't want my brothers to, that's a dumb reason to die. Like, black people really think, man, our people died for them. And none of them turn around and say, you know what, that was a stupid reason to damn die. Good.
So our people died from the drug trade too. What that got to do with anything? Just because you died doing it don't mean it's a good cause.
It don't mean it was right.
Right.
You understand? This was a senseless way to die. To vote? While he's sitting up there looking clean, look at him. You clean as hell.
Right.
Preaching his ass off, but then the brother face beat all in, bleeding, their sisters getting trampled. You know what I'm saying? Getting stomped up. Now, you know, you can die getting trampled too. You got a big crowd of people running up and folks will step all over you until you die.
Right.
You understand? Like, that's ridiculous. Some of them folks died like that out there too. You know? But let's keep going.
We call for a non-violent uprising with people sitting, standing, being arrested, white and black together.
White and black together. See, it's never changed. Black people really believe that this is the time that white people are going to come out and join us, and they're going to speak up, and they're going to say something to their white people, their white family members, and their white congressmen, and their white mayors and governors, and it's going to work. We've been doing it. We've been doing it. We've been doing it way back since we was damn slaves, man, trying to join these people. Like, this makes no sense. It's the same old nonsense. I've talked to so many protesters. They keep saying, you know what? White people are joining the marches now. Oh, really? Like, you forgot about every march they joined in? You forgot about that? Really?
So, Bernie Sanders joined the march when he was in college.
Come on, man.
He was in college.
When he was in college, yeah, he's been doing that since then. Since then.
So,
and he's still doing it.
What's the point?
And then, who was it? Black Lives Matter went out there and interrupted one of his speeches. Y'all on the same team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are actually on the same team. But they interrupted Bernie Sanders when y'all should share the mic. Go ahead.
So Lockheed, you're actually following his footsteps.
Exactly. You're really following his footsteps. You understand? Absolutely. You're following white people's blueprint.
Right.
This is a white man's blueprint right here.
Yeah,
To turn around, and they taught it to Martin Luther King. They let Martin Luther King go and study it, and then they put Bear Rustin up to put all the stuff in place and how it was going to be done. You understand? And this man was a flaming homosexual. Okay? A sissy love every goddamn thing, everybody.
Right.
What don't a sissy love when you put a rod in your mouth? And you're a man. You understand? What don't a sissy love when you put a rod in your back? You understand? And you're a man. Like, come on. You love any and every damn thing. And guess what? That's what he did. Barry Rustin did that. He loved him some white. He was especially attracted to white men. That was his love. When you go and look up his documentary, Brother Outside, I think it is, he turned around and his lover was white. His husband was white. Good night.
Trouble in very banal and everyday ways because trouble in world historical ways.
We have been told that we will be arrested if we stay here.
Lions' life was over some 60 years of activism, and almost every major event between the 40s through the 70s.
Now, what's new about your march? You know what I'm saying, with white people? When here they are, back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying, holding the sign. Look at it. Free imprisoned war objectives. What was that? Martin King had started on that too, saying that the world was no good and all this. Man, mind your business. You a whole sissy. You a whole punk. We call you, you a punk. You understand? You ain't do nothing. You a punk. Alright? Martin King was a goddamn punk, man. Barry Rustin was a damn punk. All them preachers and organizers of all this nonsense was goddamn punks. And they taught black men to be soft and to be weak. You understand? And tell our daughters to go out there and get ran over, get blown up by buses, and get pepper sprayed, get beat upside the head, dogs sit on them too. You know what I mean? Our people could have been safe at home, separated from white people. You understand? Well, here it is, you try to force yourself on them. Like, that's like to me, that's like a rape scene in a movie where a white man go and force himself on a woman that don't want him. Right. You understand? That's what that's like to me. Here it is, you are trying to force yourself on white people that don't even want you. You understand? Like, come on. Like, that is sick and it's disgusting. Look at it. Look at all the white people in the march back then.
Sit down, now won't you sit down, I can't sit down. Just got to heaven while I move around.
I don't think without Clyde Rustin, the modern civil rights movement would have won half of the victories that it won.
That every nation they entered in every school district in the year 1963.
White man standing next to him.
It's hard for me to think of a man who was more
Like,
talented,
the black man couldn't have a podium by
more
himself.
intellectual,
Yeah, white
and
people don't have a podium
organized,
with.
unequaled in his time. Why did he remain in the background? Why was he an advisor
He got
to
the note from
this,
Martin Luther
that,
King,
or
make
the
sure he
other?
doing everything he told him to do, you see? Going over his note.
But never himself coming forward in the full measure of his great talent.
We need in every community a group of
see all the white people in there?
angelic,
Look at the background. Look at all of them is white people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been drowning out your protest.
Right.
The whole point is to make sure that you don't truly uprise, like what he's claiming that he wanted to take place. He claiming he wanted to uprise. That's not how you uprise. That's not how you come up against your oppressor, by joining them. Having a whole classroom full of them You understand? And you're teaching, they're there just to make sure that you're teaching black people how to be the Christian shepherd. That's all. The same way that they do in the churches. They send white people into the church. I remember when I did the research on that, to where the churches, the head of organizations, the heads from the organization, whichever denomination you are, sends people to your little black church, send white people there to make sure you teach your Christianity.
Right.
To make sure that you ain't up there getting all hip and all cool and all, you know what I'm saying? And say, well, you know what? Jesus really is black. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the devil. Oh no, they ain't trying to hear that. If you do get hip and try to start teaching that, oh, they pulling you down. You understand? You are coming down. You're going to be in some kind of scandal, and you're never going to preach in this city again. You understand? That's why there's such horror, you understand, for the white man. And guess what? They ain't going to never bunk up. They get to rob you for all your little money. You understand? That the $2 you got left, and the pastor take all that. Like the white man rob you for everything else, he come rob you for the last $2. And he get rich. So what you think he going to say?
Right.
What you think he going to do? Nothing. He going to say nothing, he going to do nothing. He don't do none of that. He gonna continue to be a whore and continue to rob his people just so he can have some money in his pocket. Real simple. You understand? But listen to what this captain said.
Will make us. Our power is in our ability to make things unworkable. The only weapon we have is our bodies.
Don't that look like Ferguson just a week ago? Look at the black people holding arms with white people. Don't that, go ahead.
So like, just last night, it looked like last night they were out there protesting. Yeah. And to be honest, it was more so oppressors out there than black people.
Of course.
And the crowd started singing, "We ready." You know what I mean? They singing, "We
oh my
ready."
God.
But all in all, I was just thinking like, they ready for the police to attack the damn black people out there because they ain't gonna attack their people. And it was literally a handful of niggas, and you got the white crowd singing, "We ready," face to face with the police force.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready for nothing but yes, if you can go back to sleep.
Right.
That's what they're ready for. They are ready for you to go back to sleep. The ones that's out there is tired of you. I got an article. Bob, find this article real quick for me. Find an article in the after a week, I think, of protest, the white people very quick. Something like that. Look that up. It's just an article, man. White folks couldn't even take it a whole week or a whole 7 days. And they ready to quit. Negroes have been going through this for how long? Hundreds of goddamn years. You understand? And here it is, that just lets you know that those people really and truly don't have it in their heart. You understand? To do anything for you. You understand? You should be able to type it in the search, type what I said in, and then see if it come up fast like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man, how here you go, they've been going through this, the marching, you understand, protesting every year for real. You understand? Once they murder you, you understand? Once they murder our people, this ain't stopped. They haven't slowed down oppression, none. They haven't stopped murdering or slowed down, none. They're still right at it. You know, and comfortable with it. Even when they killed that brother Anthony Lamar Smith, and it took them 7 years to finish that trial with that cop, I knew then that they were looking for a way to make sure he was innocent. First off, they was hoping that you forget about it. You understand? That's really what they was hoping.
Right.
That you would forget, and then that when you turn around and come up, you just don't even say anything. You won't even know that the cop got off, and you won't do anything about it. But they turned around, and this cop had claimed that he saw this brother making a drug transaction. They found no drug. Claimed he had a gun. He had no gun, well, there was a gun, but he had no fingerprints, hair follicles, no cotton from his clothes or any damn thing on the weapon at all. So the gun wasn't his. There wasn't no dope. Now, how do you turn around and explain it? Now, us, we would have the toughest time as a cop to turn around. If we killed the white boy and said, you know what, I thought I saw a drug transaction going down. And, oh, there's no drug? Really? That's how they gonna look at us. I found a gun. Yeah, he had a gun. He put a gun on me, so I shot him. You understand? But there's no prints of his on this gun. How is it his gun? We're gonna have the toughest damn time as a cop about trying to explain this.
Right.
But them, oh my God, they don't have to. The judge immediately took the cop side. He turned around and told the judge, matter of fact, he took his own person who shot this brother in the face with an AK-47. And I know some other brothers have died at the end of that barrel too. But he turned around and told the judge, Your Honor, I took my gun to work because look at what we're up against out there in the streets. But what about what black man is up against when you pull them over? You're the goddamn animal. You're the goddamn murderer. You know what I mean? And here it is, you want to tell the judge that you're up against an animal, right, a savage. When you're the one going around murdering. First off, you're breaking the law as a cop. It's against the law for police to bring their personal weapon to work.
Right.
So guess what? It's plenty of brothers that got shot with that damn thing, and then when they come and search, oh, you see my gun? Yeah, here it is. I didn't even have to fire it. You understand? So he didn't even fire his gun that they issued him once he became a cop. He turned around and put the AK-47 back in the trunk. So they ain't even checking the trunk. You understand? Like I'm telling you, them unsolved mysteries, 9 times out of 10, a cop did. A copy. 9 times out of 10. Okay? But hold on one second. Let's finish this real quick. And then you got
and we need to tuck them in places so wheels don't turn.
Okay. Now he said that the only weapon that we have is our body. Right? So we gotta use our body. And he said to tuck them in places to where wheels don't move. When you tuck something in a wheel, what does it do with the wheel? It stops it. You're not finna turn around and put your body in front of City Hall, you understand, and stop them from doing anything with it. They're going to send the police, they're going to tell you to move, and if you don't, they're going to beat the living shit out of you. Simple as that. You went down in Selma, you tried to be a damn stick in a wheel in Selma. Did they stand there and stop? They told you to stop. They told you, alright nigga, don't cross this bridge. And what they started saying is, don't. And they walked across that bridge and got the living shit beat out of it for nothing. Women was on that damn thing getting Billy Club. Like, how could you sit there and watch your sister get Billy Club inside the goddamn head? You understand? And then don't do that. And then say non-violent. How can you sit and watch your brother get beat? You just simply want to walk across the bridge. You just want to turn around and exercise. That's basically what they're doing. They're going for a morning job. And they turn around and beat the hell out of them. And you just standing there and, alright, non-violent now. Hey, non-violent. Give me a water all in your face. That water hurt.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot how many pounds of pressure that is coming up out that damn thing. That's a whole hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard they got broken ribs from the water hose.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
of course. You understand? Hell yeah. So I when I was in the union painting, we used to have a 10, 20, and 30,000 pound power washer that we used to spray with. Boy, you got to be a hold that goddamn thing.
right.
You understand? And I know that. I mean, you trying to put out a house fire. You understand? And those fires, boy, can go up. I'm talking about a huge fire. And I know it's way more pounds than that. You understand? That's why all the goddamn fire department got to hold the damn thing. You understand? Because you get a 10,000 pound, that's a lot of pressure. You understand? That's a lot of pressure. But 30,000, oh my God. You understand? You got to be strong to hold them damn thing. And I know that those fire hydrants, man, are way more than that. But he's saying you got to take your body and be this wheel. See, that's the thing, man. You understand? I want my brothers and my sisters to take their bodies and go home.
Right.
You understand? Go home, come to class. If you a brother, get in small black and let's go to camp. If you a sister, get in here, help with these clones. Man, we got more donated, got 9, 10. I mean, 5 bags. Look, she got 4 bags yesterday. She got, man, look, we can't even get this food organized, man. With all these donations we keep getting. Look, 6, 8 boxes over there for the donations. Good night. You understand? Come help with some of this. You understand? Come help do this. Not go out there and get on the front line of a march and protest and be a stick in a wheel and get your ass ran over.
Right.
You understand? Because that wheel of their devils ain't going to stop. It's not going to stop at all. But read some of that about read the title on that article, man. That alone should turn around and make makers wake up and realize that these people really are not out here trying to help us.
That's
the
right.
fight ain't in them. Go ahead, Marie.
White people exhausted.
White people are what?
Exhausted.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you ever seen somebody exhausted? You ever seen, like, a child play their hardest until they... You understand? You ever seen somebody jogging or, say, running miles or working out till they exhausted? You understand? And then it's just like, man, everything just... Oh, damn, I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? They are extremely exhausted. Keep going, man.
After 5 straight days of opposing racism.
After what? How long? How many days?
5.
No. They've been doing this for years.
5.
50.
5.
100.
5.
200.
5.
Since slavery.
5.
5 whole calendar days. The white man is exhausted. We're trying to what he claims is to help your black ass.
Right.
He's trying to stand up. And like I told the sister this morning, they don't get out there and fight against it on their own. Not once do they get up in the morning and say, you know what, man, I'm tired. My neighbor Tyrone down the street, I'm tired of him going through what he's going through. Come on, let's go to City Hall. You understand? All the white people on the block, let's go to City Hall and fight for Tyrone's right to park in front of his house and stop getting tickets. Or like Cookie Thornton. No white person stood up for Cookie Thornton. You know that brother? That brother, they harassed this brother on the business, and they kept putting tickets. Oh, where's in Dennis? Did he stay in Dennis?
That was Kirkwood.
Kirkwood somewhere. He stayed somewhere in the county. You understand? The brother thought he was going to turn around and have a better chance of setting his business out in the county, operating it out in the county. You understand? In a better neighborhood. And guess what happened? They harassed this brother day and damn night to the point to where he snapped. He lost it. The brother snapped and lost it and went into a town hall meeting and shot the judge. He killed the judge, right? Didn't the judge die?
Come on.
The judge died. He shot the bailiff too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else. There was 3 people or 4 that got shot.
I believe it was another city council member.
Yeah.
And he shot basically, that was gentrification, because Meacham Park, when he was living there, Meacham Park was like a black city. Like, it was next to Kirkwood, but it wasn't part of Kirkwood.
Mm-hmm.
And they merged the city, and then they started passing Kirkwood city ordinances that outlawed all his businesses, all his permits, started taking his equipment, started fining them.
Yep.
And year after year, he kept trying to fit into the system, but he didn't move out there. Like, they just were surrounding him, and they wanted that area because that's where they built the Walmart.
Yeah.
So they took it over, and then they put pressure on that man's head until he just snapped.
Yeah, he did.
I worked out there, and I got to meet and talk to his family a lot while I was out there, and like, they still hurt over there because like he was a good man, and they just would not let up until he snapped.
Yeah, he went out of town and come back. Like they said, they had about 10, 12 chickens on this damn bill. You know what I'm saying? On this company bill. So I mean, that, you know, and that ain't on top of all the other harassment that they had, you know what I'm saying, been doing to this man ever since he owned his business. You understand? Until that brother just snapped and lost it. You understand? And went in there. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do.
Right.
You understand? Of course it's not, but he couldn't take it. You understand? The brother could not damn take it. They shot him, right? Did they,
I believe.
Yeah, I think they shot
he didn't
him
make
in
it out
return.
there.
I think, yeah, I don't think he made it out the courthouse alive. You understand? But that's what we've been going through here. Now, this guy right here, Barry Rustin, said, we need to take our body and be at will. Let's go. You ain't gonna stop. You're not gonna stop them from oppressing you, trying to join the system, trying to march, trying to beg, trying to do any of that. It's not gonna work. If you follow a preacher, a gay preacher at that, you understand? And even the ones that say they ain't gay too, you understand? You're not gonna get any results. It's not gonna change. Nothing's gonna happen. You're not going to be that final wheel that actually jammed, the final stick that jammed that wheel up to where they realized, you know what, we need to stop this. Okay? Just in the city, come on, find me that neighborhood. It's here in Missouri, it's not too far from here, where it's the dividing line. They still live like back in the day, to where they got a dividing line to where white people stay on this side and where niggers stay on this side. It's still like that to this day. Okay, find that for me. Well, I'll pull up this next video. I want to show this slave mentality real quick on this system, man. I think this is the... I think this is the one right here.
I don't know that the Lord just...
Now pay attention to this system, man. Listen to this system real close.
I don't know that the Lord just strengthened me, but my husband...
She said, the Lord just strengthened me. Now watch what she said about her husband. This Christianity too. Alright?
Well, he was so tender. He just broke down.
My husband was so tender. You understand? The Lord, you so strong, right? But my husband, he's so tender. He's so weak. Yeah, he's so soft. You understand? That's basically what she's saying about her husband. Alright? That's basically what this sister is saying about her man. He's so tender. Watch
She said, baby, we've lost everything we have. I said, but we have each other, honey.
Okay, so in the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing, they ended up losing everything. And like she said, Lord, he strengthened me. He made me strong. But my husband, not so. You understand? He was just tender. He was just weak. He was just a little B.I. You understand? Go ahead.
Salaki, I mean, that's true. If you worship the white man, then your Lord did strengthen you and made your husband soft.
Yeah, that's Christianity. That's the Christian spirit. But she said, but we got each other. We might have lost it all, but we got each other. Okay? Now let's go listen to a little more. Check it out.
I never shedded children. In fact, I never have been angry. I felt sorry for the people that treated our folks like that.
And really, she never even got angry, man. Like, you could not tell me. I'm playing again. Wait, this is what they are pushing on black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Is to turn around and never get angry, man. Never be mad. Never be sad. Never turn around and get angry at all.
Right.
That's the Christian spirit. Is to just take whatever they throw at you. You done bombed my whole house. You understand? Where we done lost every damn thing. And you're not gonna be angry at somebody just doing this to you for no apparent reason. You're not gonna be mad at these people for totally destroying your life. And you tell me that you're not mad and you feel sorry for the people that's doing it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, that is ridiculous. Huh? You understand? Young man, get this book for me and give it to Cabal, the one under the pop right here down. The one out of the slave book. Get it to me, bro. I'm gonna show you the mentality and where they come from. Well, listen
I
to
don't
it
know
again.
that the Lord just strengthened me, but my husband he was so tender. He just broke down. He said,
Don't
baby,
do it.
we lost
Don't
everything
record.
we had.
No, gosh.
I said, but we have each other, honey. I never shed a tear with her. In fact, I never have been angry.
Never
I
shed a
felt
tear.
sorry for the people
Never been
that
angry.
treated our
Right.
folks like that.
The Red Cross recorded
Okay, go to hold on 1 second.
300 people had been
They
killed.
finna go and
Newspapers
start.
listed almost 100 deaths.
They finna start breaking down everything that has been happening, what they went through. You understand? And Tulsa, Oklahoma. Listen a little more.
But city officials put the death toll at 36. More than 35 blocks of Black Tulsa was burned into the ground. Over 4,000 people were left homeless. Still, most of the people of Greenwood
4,000 people live homeless and you ain't angry. You ain't angry about
After
that.
they had completely destroyed the black community,
Listen
blacks
to
then set about to try to rebuild. They could not get building material to build back in Tulsa or the surrounding community. Most blacks had to import the bricks and steel that they rebuilt Tulsa back with, black Tulsa back with, from out of Arkansas and Kansas.
They couldn't even get building material. Like the white man's a whole devil, man.
Right.
You understand? Look at what he do to you. And you ain't angry? This didn't even happen to me. You understand? And I'm angry about it. You understand? They play what they like to say, oh, you didn't go through slavery. You wasn't a slave. I'm one now.
Right.
You understand? We slaves right now. You understand? And guess what? We still going through the effects of what they did to our people. They had to stop. They had to stop. So guess what? I ain't gonna stop being angry.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like they claim that you gotta give white people your love, more love, and they go, hey, give me something to love then. You understand? Give me something to love and I'll think about it. Okay? And guess what? They ain't gonna never do that about it. They ain't gonna not one time stretch forth their little pink hand and give you something to love. That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You understand? It's not gonna happen. But check it out, listen.
My father had advised his clients and others to build with orange crates, build with anything, in order to have some shelter. But even so, there are pictures of the winter of 1921-22 of hundreds of tents in which blacks lived because they were not able to build their buildings.
Without any equipment, we moved and built a little shack, and we had to cook outdoors. I remember so well, the rain would come, we'd have to carry our food back in the house, and then after the rain would over, go back and build a fire outside, but didn't have gas, and nothing to cook on.
Nothing to cook on.
It was a bitter pill to swallow.
By the time the national...
But you ain't mad about that.
Right.
You understand? You had to cook outside. You had to live outside. Can't get no material to even rebuild what they didn't tore up. They tore it up, and you trying to rebuild. You ain't even asking them to rebuild it. You trying to do it. And you can't even get no material. They made sure they blew up the Home Depot in Black Tulsa. You understand? That's why they saying that. Where the black folks lived at. In the community where we was at, in our neighborhood, to where, guess what? you ain't gonna be able to survive now. You understand? And you not, this woman was not mad about that. So she didn't share the truth. She really thought that God strengthened her. That's what she thought. You understand? She's a full-blooded Christian, man.
Negro Business League met here in the summer of 25, just a few months before we moved to Tulsa. The people who visited here described Tulsa, Black Tulsa, as a town with grit, a town that was coming back. Out of the ashes, the black people of Tulsa had rebuilt their community. They needed only to glance across the tracks to be reminded that the racial attitudes of most white Tulsans had not changed.
We played on the Brickyard Hill on the eastern side. Whites played on the Brickyard Hill on the western side. Well, we would meet periodically, and when we meet, we would have us a fight.
Yeah, when they met, it'd be a fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
We ain't never had no peace around these folks, man.
And it would usually be about nigger, and you haven't got any business up here, and we felt that we had just as much business as they did.
And when you would ride into one of these neighborhoods on your bike and have someone say, you know, what are you niggas doing in this neighborhood? This is when you really got upset, really got angry, and you had to deal with it. And if you go back, you wanted to discuss it, but if you discussed it, you knew you were off grounds, and you knew that your parents were going to tear into you because they'd already told you not to go.
You go into a store, buy a hat. First thing the clerk would try it on her head and ask you what you think about it. How many? My husband was with me, and I wanted to buy a hat, and she says, "But you can't try it on." "Do you want it?" I said, "No, if I can't try the hat on, I don't want it."
I decided I was going to beat them at their own game, so I started putting tissue in the hat, asking them if I could have some tissue to put in the hat so I could try it on, because I didn't have that much grease on the hair, but I felt it would get the point.
I can remember.
So they didn't want you trying on the hat, and the sister thought the stuff tissue in the damn thing, you know what I'm saying, to where your hair wouldn't touch the hat, so you can make sure it fit on your head. She said, well, I didn't even have that much grease in my hair. So you turn around and didn't, you know, put that afro sheen in your hair, you know, like you normally do, because you want to try on a hat. You know what I'm saying? And these people didn't even want you trying on their hats. And watch what his other brother said.
Time when I would go downtown, I was lucky enough to have monies in my pocket. I would go in stores as to where I couldn't try on a hat. They'd let you know if you were there, you're the last one to be waited on.
Huh.
They'd let you know that they didn't want your business.
They didn't even want our business, man. But this is what they're fighting for. So this is what Martin Luther King thought was such a great idea, to turn around and leave shut your business down.
Right.
Put a sign that said, going out of business on the front of yours, and then go and get a job from them.
Right.
He thought that was a good idea. Well, he just said, they don't even want your business. And how many people have gone through that? To where you go, and they today, I ain't talking about no long ass time ago. Today, they watching you when you come in their store. You understand? Because they know you. I remember one time, this dude know like down in South County, that Walmart down in off 55. What is it? Telegraph? Okay, on the way there, right? And this was way back in the day. This was when I was about 19. You know what I'm saying? 19, 20, I believe. I turned around, and before we went, with me and my little chick I was with, we turned around and we went to 7-Eleven, right? Turn the nachos up with that cheese bar here.
Right.
The chili on top, put it in the cup, take the chips out. put the
Right,
chili,
right,
cheese,
right.
fill it down,
Fill it
you
up.
know, woo. Man, I said, we did. Got us a Slurpee, so we going to Walmart, right? And we turned around, and soon as we went to the counter, the goddamn woman said, hey, I know y'all, get the hell out of here. Y'all stealing out of here. Stealing? I said, this is my first time being in this store. I'm going in.
Right.
This was the first time we ever been in this store. No lie. You understand? No lie. My first time down there. And that lady, you called the police and then I don't give a damn what you called no goddamn police. And they came and checked. You gotta prove to me that I stole somebody.
Right.
You ain't got me on no camera. I said, I ain't never been here. You understand? This is my first time here. You understand? And they actually did that. You know what I'm saying? And claimed that we was out there stealing and every goddamn thing and heard it the first time going there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going there. So then they let us go from that, right? Then when we get down in the store, at the Walmart, the police, I'm talking about, hunted us down. You hear me? I saw them coming from, okay, I'm trying to think, okay, hold on. I was going back to the exit, right? The entrance, I mean, to get on the highway, but I missed, yesterday I got lost.
Right.
And I was going up the outer road. I saw the cop, no lie, coming from, and he had his light on the opposite side of the highway. Coming up, hit the bridge, they shot up behind, I said, they coming to get us. And they could pull me right over. Rain, heavy out the rain and every goddamn thing. Claiming that we stole up our Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we've been going through. Living, and that was our first damn time in the Walmart. Got the receipt for everything that we bought. You understand? We had just got us a little crib. Turn around and went, you know how women like to do house shopping, hook it up, pillows, and trash cans and dishes and all that. We got all this shit in the trunk, receipt for everything. And while they checking it, we watching, you know, looking at the receipt, want to make sure everything in there. I'm standing out in the goddamn rain, getting wet as hell. While they turn around, oh yeah, we just got a call, you were still, you a damn lie. Anybody said that these two niggas were stealing nothing? Because these two niggas turned around and paid for every damn thing. Right. They got the receipt and got some more money in my pocket and ain't stole shit. But guess what? This is what we've been going through ever since they thought it was a good idea to turn around and join the oppressor. Then guess what? When you so damn dumb on joining them, they gon' mistreat you. Right. Like, you got to separate from them, man. It don't make sense to want to turn around and join together with somebody like that. And then they're trying to put, oh, well, not all cops are bad. Yes, they are. Right. You understand? Like, which one is actually doing their job about it? Huh? Which one actually stands up to that evil partner of theirs and say, hey, no, don't bash his head up against the goddamn roof of his car. Stop it. None of them. You understand? They got a code not to go up against each other. That's right. And if you do, you'll be like their sister in Detroit, get your motherfucking nose broke, and then you get fired, lose your house, and every goddamn thing else that they feel like doing to you. Right. You understand? That's what happened to you. And this is Martin Luther King, and this that slave mentality. Give me that stuff in that book real quick. Read me that. This is from when I was a slave. You understand? The white people, like if y'all look at the movie The Help, how the white woman went around and interviewing everybody, all the slaves, getting all the good stories, and put it in the paper, and got rich, got successful and all of that. The white people been doing that since forever. You understand? And here's another book that they compiled, put together of all of our stories. You understand? All of our horror stories. But this one doesn't seem so bad. Let's hear this. Go ahead.
This is the interview of Andrew Goodman, age 97 when interviewed. I was born in slavery, and I think them days was better for the niggers than the days we see now.
You understand? He said we think it was better in slavery than the days that we living in. What good? What's that song? Happy Days? When the hell has a nigga ever had a happy day? Right. Fonzie had a whole bunch of them, didn't he, man? Right. But Fonzie had, he popped his dirty ass collar with Lysol on the damn thing. You understand? He had a bunch of happy days, but not no goddamn nigga. You know what I mean? Now you know this. Now this is the slave mentality that the oppressor wants all of us in right here. It's to where you think being a slave is better than you being free. Not me. You understand? Not me.
Right.
Dr. Man Junior Hunter. And it ain't being taught in here. You understand? It's taught in your Christian church. Thank God they closed, and I pray to God they stay closed. You know what I'm saying? I pray to God that the next disease that's coming up, if it got to happen and keep them doors closed, let it happen.
Right.
Whatever the Lord see fit to keep them goddamn churches closed, man. You understand? Whatever he see fit, do it. I'm with it. You understand? Because my people gonna end up being free from that guy.
That's
more the churches stay closed, it's gonna be hope like real soon. Well, that's another thing the sister said this morning. She said, man, I looked at it and she said, my church ain't doing nothing but nobody in this town.
That's
she
right.
She said, but y'all is all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So y'all feed them and still having classes and every damn thing. She said, I wonder why did my church go? You know what I'm saying? Because your pastor's a coward.
That's right.
He's a V-I-C-T-H and in that order. You understand? He's a sissy. That's why. You all right? Keep going. Read some more, man. And then read all the little marks where I got highlighted.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One thing was, I was never cold and hungry when my old master lived.
He said he what?
Was never cold and hungry.
He was never cold and hungry when his old master, when he was slave. Them days made it so much better. You understand? And guess what? It sound good, don't it, man? You can be warm, have a place to live. You understand? Have some food to eat, you'll never be hungry. If you're a slave, though, you have no rights, no freedom. I'll beat the brakes off of you, you don't pick that cotton. You understand? But guess what? At least eyes will have a place to live, the eyes will won't be cold. Go ahead.
So but like this just shows how we are the people of the Bible. This is the exact thing we said coming out of Egypt.
Yeah.
The exact thing we said.
Absolutely.
Well, at least in Egypt there was meat to eat.
Right.
Like,
they did say that.
The same thing.
They said, what, the Lord bring us out here in the wilderness to die?
Right.
No, neighbor, you should be free. That's what you should want. You understand? We shall overcome. That song ain't about overcoming the oppressor and the oppression that you are undergoing.
Right.
It's about joining them. It's about coming together with them. It's about being one with them. That's what it's about. It's not about actually being liberated like what they claim they fight for.
Right.
Go ahead, reasonable.
Okay. And I has been plenty hungry and cold a lot of times since he's gone.
Oh my God! What's the name? Candyland? Django? Yes, sir. The movie Django. What's the name?
Is your candy?
Oh my God! You understand? Oh my God! He turned around and hey, just like Samuel Jackson on the movie.
Steven.
Steve.
That was
That's the name of the movie, Steve.
And Kyle.
Yeah, changed the name from Toby to Steve. Good.
But sometimes I think Mars Goodman was the bestest man God made in a long time.
We thought the white man that's got you in chains. Okay? You are a full-blown slave. Like, you don't even eat unless them people tell you that you can go eat. You understand? They used to ring bells. You understand? They used to ring cowbells to tell the slaves to come in and get this slop. You understand? They'll sit out there and boom, 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 boom. That's how the slaves knew when it was time for them to go eat their slop.
Right.
You understand? But he thought that he was the bestest man, not just ever lived, right? But the bestest man that God made in a long time. Now you can't tell me that this dude is not truly a slave, like a beat down slave. Like a Toby from Stevens slave. From, what's his name? Mars Goodman slave. You understand? That brother really thought that God created the white man as a good man. Look at
Life was pretty fine with Mars Bob.
Life was pretty fine with Mars. What's that? Mars Bob? What's his name?
Mars Bob.
Andrew Goodman is his brother's name, right? Andrew Goodman is the slave name. And Mars Bob is the slave owner's name. And he said that life was
Mars Bob Goodman is the slave owner.
Okay,
So,
Mars, of course,
Mars
they
Bob
took
or
that,
Mars Bob.
Yeah, and then once white people got tired of niggas having their name, they started changing their name
Right.
to Philip Lasso and Saxophone and you understand all the word they went from Jones, and Jones was a white name.
Right.
Hightower was a white name. Johnson's a white name. They went from all of them. You understand? Miller and Smith. All of them was white people's names.
Right.
You understand? And now they changed their name to all of this wonderful stuff that they have today. Okay? So ridiculous damn names that they got now. Okay? Go ahead, do it. And reason being because they don't want to be attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be attached to you. You understand? Go ahead, keep it.
He was a man of plenty. He had a lot of land.
He was a man of plenty. And that means he shared it with you.
Right.
But he had it going on.
Yeah, right.
A man of plenty. Well, keep going.
And he built him a log house when he was coming to Texas.
Now here you living in the outhouse.
Right.
Right? You living in what? It wasn't even no walls. It was just wood. You understand? Slapped up. You know what I'm saying? Look at you shack. And that's what you living in. But here you was admiring his big house. Here you was like they did on Django, had the sister living in a goddamn hole up under the ground.
Right.
You understand? Beating the hell out of her, trying to break her. That's what that's about. Beat her. You understand? Ready to rape her? Probably did. Sure they did.
They did.
Yeah, they raped her. Turn around, they was finna sell her for some sex work.
Right.
You understand? Like that's how they made you live. But he built a log cabin from the ground up. You understand? Oh my God, but we admire everything about these people know about.
Man.
Here it is, you live in a hole. You understand? You live in a goddamn hole. And he built well, he had it going on. He was a man of plenty. You understand? Oh my God, keep it.
Some places the masters give out a peck of meal and so many pounds of meat for a family, for them a week's rations.
So he turned around and give you enough food just to last you for a week. And guess what? They're doing the same thing right now with the food stamps.
Right.
They barely give you enough to last you, man. You understand? Here you is, she got 4 kids. You understand? And the sister can't have no man. Yeah, and then turn around and she's supposed to feed her whole family for a whole month of $200 worth of damn food stamps. And then turn around and if she can't pay a bill, you get mad at her and cut her open because she tried to sell something just so she can have lights on for the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this place is ridiculous. But he thought that he really had it going on with this guy. I don't see anything that he was the bestest man that God made. I don't see anything that says that yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing just because we have money. What are black people doing today? We're still worshiping white people because they own everything and we don't have a goddamn thing. And why? Because they took it all from you.
Right.
They wouldn't have nothing if they didn't take it from you. So what are you so excited about because their kids get to go to college and you dumb as hell? Got a damn 5th grade education. They went to college and they made some of themselves and you was deprived of the damn privilege of making some of yourself. You understand? Straight up snatched right from under you. You didn't even, matter of fact, the statistics say that we ain't gonna be nothing nobody.
Right.
None of us. You understand? Why? Because of the gangs, drugs, and you understand, single motherhood, fathers in prison. And guess why? All of that is because of the oppression that we going through in this place.
That's
right.
right.
Because niggas just ain't shit. It's because this is what they forced on us. Like they did with that bombing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That sister said, you know what, God strengthened me. My husband was soft, but he strengthened me to where I didn't shed a tear. I wasn't even angry. That's not strength at all. That's Andrew Goodman.
Right.
That's what you is. You're a good slave. You understand? You're terrified. Go ahead.
That's a locket. Like that isn't weak. Like she thought her husband was weak because he was mad that they bombed him.
Yeah,
that ain't weak. How you got mad that somebody destroyed your entire neighborhood and now your wife thinks that you were weak because of it.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
That's what she, and you know she made him feel it.
Right.
You understand? You know she made him feel it too. She ain't just turned around and said it to herself or said it to the camera in the interview. I know she made him feel it. You understand? Your woman got to know that you the biggest, baddest mofo around town that you can do.
Right.
You understand? You can't turn around and be weak, man. That Christian spirit just ain't gonna get it. It's not gonna fix our people. It's not gonna help us get what we trying to get. You understand? It's not gonna help us do anything. It's gonna continue to get us murdered and oppressed and beat by the cops and murdered by the cops. It's gonna be another. Matter of fact, there already was another George Floyd. Right in the middle of a George Floyd damn protest, there was another George Floyd. And another one, and another one. It's been about 10 or 12 of them already. And nobody's even thinking. The protesters are not even catching. You understand? Because it's that rockabye baby. Rock you back to sleep. Okay? And I can't wait to come out Sunday for Sunday show and show you what Christian church is really all about and what they've been all about and what they're going to stay about.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Read some more of that. Come on.
Go.
But Mars Bob always gave out plenty and said, if you need more, you can have it. Because ain't any going to suffer on my place.
Okay, so all he wanted you to do was have some food so you can do your work.
Right.
Because it's not like he really cared. If he cared, he would have let you go.
Right.
You understand? Or he would have let you be free. He would have paid you for your work. You understand? But they hit him with what they call the flim flam. You understand? Go ahead, man.
That's what we call the fish on the hook. You gotta keep you on the hook.
Of course. Of course.
That's all that was.
Of course, that's all. You know, he talking that talk, and he probably was amazed. He probably looked at him like, oh my God, he really want us to get fooled.
Man.
You understand? He probably fell in love with the man. You understand? Straight up. He sound like he was in love with him.
Yeah.
This sound like a love story right here. This sound like a woman whose husband died and he was the greatest damn thing in her life. That's what this sound like to me. This don't sound like no goddamn slave and a master. This sound like a widow remember her husband and talk all about how great he was. You hear me? But I ain't been hearing this dude say nothing but good things about his damn master. Some of them will only give you $65 worth of stamps for the week. But Mars Bob, oh my God. You can turn around your food stamps on and you go get some more from him. You know what I'm saying? It was just so you could be productive.
Right.
Because he had a little more sense. You understand? To say, hey, if I don't feed them, then hell, they're going to pass out. And then they're not gonna pick the cotton. They're not gonna chop the sugar. You gotta have some strength to chop the damn stalks and the sugar down.
Right.
You understand? Them things is hard as hell. You know what I mean? You gotta turn around and be able to chop them damn things. And he know if you ain't got no food in you, you gonna be weak as hell. And you ain't gonna make him no money.
Right.
He got plenty. What he said, he was a man of plenty. He was wealthy, had it going on. Why? Because he kept you strong so you could do his work so he get wealthy. Simple as that.
Right.
You understand? It ain't no good. Go ahead, sis.
That's why when you work these jobs, they give you a 30-minute break and only pay you minimum wage.
Exactly.
So you can go back to work.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can go back to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get the 2 15-minute breaks, and then you get the one. Now, white folks taking breaks all day. Like, they come to work to take a break.
Right.
I see them. As soon as they get there, hey, what's up, man? Taking a break. You understand? Taking me a break real quick. Like, God, you just started. And you want break already? And the boss will never say nothing to them.
Right.
I remember when I was out there working for them, one of them, they told me, they said, man, look, I don't care if there's nothing to do. Look busy.
Right.
Find. I said, really? I said, where that makes sense at? Yes, I mean, that's how hard our oppressor is on us. To where he know ain't nothing else for you to do. You understand? This is a warehouse I was working in. So if you turn around and ain't nothing, because man, we turned around and wrapped them boxes on them pallets so goddamn quick. Ran them orders and turned around and man, learned how to ride that road runner real good. Learned to ride on it. You understand?
Right.
I turned around. They ain't walking around like Walmart. You understand? They told me how to ride that thing. They're like, look, man, you want to roll with these my other brothers, right? They say, man, look, this is how you do it. Now, this is how you get this shit done like this. Get on the side of it, turn around. I learned how to ride that road. We whipping around the warehouse. I'm talking about rolling them things. Run to where we gotta get. Boom. Get it off the shelf, stack it, run it to the damn thing, we getting work done. And after that, we turn around and tell you to go sweep. Sweep the floor, that ain't even our job.
Right.
But we gotta find the broom, we gotta fight with the brothers that are sweeping to get a broom to act like we doing something. We gotta turn around and slow down. Then if we slow down, they gonna tell you speed up or you gonna get fired. You understand?
Right.
Like, come on, man. You understand? Like, this is ridiculous. But him, not on Morris Bob's plantation. Not in his job. Oh no, you gonna get plenty of food around here to last you. Go ahead, keep reading, please come.
He built us a church.
Right.
And
what did he say again?
He built us a church.
He built us a church. Oh, hallelujah. He really loves me now. You know what I'm saying? Master Master made us a church.
Right.
In the name of Jesus. That's why he believed that Morris Bob was the bestest man that God made in a long time.
Right.
He built us a church. So we can go and pray and worship a God that's not ours. You know what I'm saying? Go and sing and dance and be a full-out sissy instead of being a man.
Right.
You understand? So go put on a country suit. You understand? Walk around with your Bible. They do the same thing. Get up in the morning. They put on their bestest clothes. They grab their Bible. They used to walk to church back in the day.
Right.
You understand? They really thought they was doing something. You understand? Like, it's crazy how at first they started and they separated us. They only wanted us to hear the good stuff that they were saying about being a slave in the scripture. When they don't know that wasn't talking about being a slave, like being beat and raped and lynched and hung and all of that. Slave in the Bible is talking about being a servant.
Right.
You understand? It's not talking about you getting raped, you getting your children sold right from up under you. You understand? Because the master's mad at his wife. You understand? Because she's the town whore sleeping with all the other masters. You understand? And he get mad and take it out on you. That's not talking about that.
Right.
But that's what they let you come to church and hear at first. Then they switched it up and said, you know what? Let's let them have their own church. Let's let them praise Jesus on their own. You understand? And they taught them Christianity. Guess what? So they wouldn't run off. You understand? They turn around, instead of letting you sit there and hear about Jesus, now you're going to be involved. You understand? And we'll make you your own church. And guess what? We're going to give you a little something to where you'll be happy, where you won't run away, where you won't turn around and be mad, where you won't get angry at all. Like that woman said. You understand? Where you won't, 4,000 of your brothers, your family, your people is homeless, and you ain't shed a tear, you ain't hurt, you ain't mad, you ain't angry at all. Like, that's this kind of mentality right here. It's a slave mentality.
That's right.
Keep reading, because it gets worse.
And an old man, Kenneth Lyons, who was a slave of the Lyons family nearby, used to get a pass every Sunday morning. Every Sunday morning. The white man who been doing this since slavery.
Man.
Sunday morning. And what day does the church, let's say, turn around and have a service? Sunday morning. You understand? This Christianity, this worship of white Jesus was forced on black people. And guess what? He turned around and now this black preacher that became a preacher, you understand? He taught the master taught the slave and said, okay, you know what? We're gonna let you go to theologian school, seminary college, and you're gonna learn the Bible. Right? That's what they thought. But actually you learn Christianity.
That's right.
So they turn around and now they let this brother, what's his name? Whatever Lion, They let him turn around and be a preacher. You understand? So guess what? To turn around and rock the sheep to sleep. That's all. You understand? That's all. Keep going.
He was a man of good learning and the best preacher I ever heard. Nearly all.
Niggas been hooping and hollering and catching the Holy Ghost for thousands. This ain't nothing new. You understand? That ain't nothing new. They was doing this stuff at the time of Christ. They was speaking in tongues and all that nonsense, man.
So Morris Bob was the master and the preacher.
No, this a brother right here. He wasn't a preacher. You understand? No, he was God. You understand?
Right.
He was his God.
Right, so
you understand? Go ahead.
Like he built the temple to himself. Like I'm gonna build you a church so you can go and worship me.
Exactly.
Right.
Really, that's what he was. He was their God.
Right.
You understand? He was this camp's God. This was his love. Like I said, this sounds like a love story, man.
Right.
You understand? Turn around, give me some tissue. I'm crying over here. You understand? Because this woman, she's mourning for her husband. That's what it sounds like to me. This good man of hers died and she missed him and she ain't been the same without him. You understand? Because what he said in the beginning was, he said, hey, slavery times is better than the days it is right now. So you being in chains and beat and every goddamn thing else, you mean tell me that them days was better? Like, come on, man. You understand? This dude just had more sense than the other damn slave master. To turn around and get you to work, I give you a little more food. You understand?
Right.
I give you some good shoes to work with. Instead of you having to do it barefoot like some of them other slave masters around me, I'm going to give mine some shoes. So guess what? To where you're going to want to work. You want to slave. You understand? And you want to stay that way. Go ahead.
That's a lock. That's the same thing that they do today. You disappointed with your minimum wage job? Fool. We'll give you $2 more than minimum wage. It's still not enough to pay your bills. But we'll give you a little bit more to make you feel better about yourself. But we still gonna make billions of dollars while you struggle.
Of course. And then what's so crazy about that is when they do give you the raise, they go up on every damn thing else.
Right.
So you still at minimum wage. Even when they increased, when they was marching and protesting for, they was protesting McDonald's over on Lindell, they was protesting Jimmy John's and all these little restaurants talking about they need to pay more, right? And you raise it to $15 an hour. They then turned around and passed the law. Now, at first, you had to vote for the right to smoke the weed, right? They was going around pushing that. And if you voted for that, then because you voted for the weed, they turned around and gave you it's right at $5, $4 and some odd cent change increase for the next 5 years. You understand? So, and when did they vote? How many years we had now? This the 4th year? This the 4th year, so the next year is supposed to top off. But look at how everything has went up. Look at how milk and cheese, even after the pandemic, stuff that went up, man. You know, a sister I was in the grocery store, and the sister picked up a pack of beef, and she said, oh, hell no, bro, look at this. She said, man, this damn thing is $26. A little small thing of beef. Right. She said, man, I ain't buying this shit. She was mad as hell. She said, I ain't buying this shit, and threw it in the back of the goddamn cooler. I said, that's good, that is ridiculous. And they doing that because you crazy as hell. You ain't buying every goddamn thing. You understand? You act like you wasn't going to survive this pandemic. Like the hell you surviving all the pandemic. The white man is the greatest pandemic to ever goddamn exist amongst black people.
Right.
He is a threat to our existence every damn day. And here it is, you think you ain't gonna get no ticket, you can't wipe your butt. They even had them online about cutting paper towel rolls in the threes.
Good night.
I said, God damn, man. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That is ridiculous. But read a little more, man. And see, this is the same mentality. This is what these preachers are keeping you in. They're keeping you in this sleep sheep mentality. Like you just so soft, you need protection, you can't stand up for yourself. So guess what? The preacher does it for you, and then here you are, you're still a slave. You wake up, you see one incident happen, and then you go right back to sleep. You understand? You turn around and we saw, what was my man's name? Michael Brown. Oh my God. Saw Michael Brown happen. You understand? We saw the video to where they tried to make it like he was buying weed. It's like, they never said anything about the Arabs that had him selling the weed. They never even mentioned that. You understand? But they turned around and tried. They know that they murdered him. Now you can see that this was a clear cover-up.
Right.
He didn't have the same shoes on that they had in the video, clothes, any of that, right? And before, when it went down, you understand, everybody was talking about it and how it hit the streets before anything. They said, man, they just switched the tape and everything.
Right.
They was talking about it soon as it happened. You understand? And hold on, what's the whole point? And they turned around and look, the hood solved the case before the damn police even figured it, before they pulled up to the scene. You understand? They already knew. But guess what? They went right back to sleep. You understand? Went right back to sleep. Protest was over. They put an urban league out there where the quick trip was. You understand? They what else they do out there? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Boys club, boys and girls club, right?
They got them out there. Boys and girls club. What else they put out there?
They got a new development project coming down the street across where Taco Bell is. Something else with the Urban League. They plan on putting like a Fields grocery store out there and sidewalks out there. So they say they've been supposed to do that for years. So they say,
man, and they still haven't taken them cotton trees down. That's all up and down West Florissant. You understand? To remind you that you a goddamn slave.
Right.
They all up and down. Go right down West Florissant, right up in the heart of Ferguson. What happened there? It's all cotton trees right there. You understand? To remind you. And that ain't just no accident for no goddamn cotton tree to turn around and be planted right there. You know what I'm saying? They are ridiculous, man. They're trying to keep you asleep. You're just a slave. You're never going to amount to anything else. You understand? You're going to be like this guy. Keep reading. Read some more on this guy here, Andrew Good, the slave, this brother that said slavery was better than him being free.
Then on Sunday afternoon, Mars Bob learned us to read and write. He told us we ought to get all the learning we could.
Ooh, now check this out. Now, they kill me when they say, well, the white man didn't want you to learn how to read and write in slavery.
Right.
That is a lie.
That's right.
He didn't want you to read the Bible in slavery. He wanted you to turn around and learn what he was teaching you in slavery. And that was to keep you asleep. That was to keep you a slave. That was to turn around and let you not understand in the scriptures that you are the chosen people. This guy here thought that Mars Bar, his slave master, was God. You understand? And the bestest man God ever created. They wanted you to read. How else would the hell you know what to do as far as building up their plantations and their businesses and chopping the, you had to be responsible for so many barrels of cotton every day. How you don't know what you're doing if you don't know how to read and count? You know what I'm saying? When you go, and they had the slaves and they had other folks riding with the damn slave, they had what they call the slave catcher. You understand? The slave police. They had them riding with while you dropping off shit. Like today, they got cameras in the trucks. You know what I'm saying? They don't need the slave patrol today. They got GPS. What's the damn what's the system? The GPS thing where the tracker.
Sprocket, low jack.
The low jack, yeah, that's it. They got the low jack on it. And they got the camera in there. You know what I'm saying? So they don't need the slave catch, but you got to be able, when you get off that truck, and you know you dropping off so many, what was that question?
Facebook drop.
They just started that. But when you get off of that truck, or back then when you jumped off that wagon, you got to turn around and know what to drop off, how many, and everything. So black people knew how to read. And this dude wasn't just interested in them being educated. He had to, this man, he was what you would say, like a smart businessman.
Right.
He knew how to lie to you, get over on you, make you feel special, so that you can make his money. You understand? The same way, like you said, Cabal, to turn around and I'm gonna raise minimum wage by $2.
Right.
You understand? Now the cost of everything finna go up to down to 15, 20.
Right.
So them $2 ain't finna make damn bit of difference. Then look, it ain't gonna make no difference once you get it on your check. You ain't gonna see no $2.
Right.
Once they take them taxes out your check, you're not even gonna see the $2. You understand? So like I said, the white man is the devil. And this brother right here, man, was completely brainwashed, like what they like to say we are. You understand? Like what they like to say our sisters are. You understand? You damn right. We done washed our brains clean of its filth.
That's right.
Go ahead, read a little more.
Christmas time.
Oh, wait a minute now. Here we go. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. You understand? Jingle bell, Christmas time in slavery now. You understand? Listen to this.
Salaki, let me start one sentence up. Salaki.
Huh?
Salaki, let me start one sentence up.
Oh, no, good.
Mars always gave us from Christmas Eve through New Year's Day off.
Wait a minute, hold on. He gave us what?
From Christmas Eve through New Year's Day off.
What is your kids out of school? You understand? It's the same thing.
Right. Salaki, that's he gave a Kwanzaa.
Man, look here. we get that same 2 weeks off. You understand? We get that same time. This was going on in slavery.
Right.
And black people really think that they doing, I mean, yeah, take the time off. You understand? Enjoy 2 weeks with your kids because they look badasses, not to celebrate Christmas. You understand? Not to do that, because that's a sin. But this cat here really thought, go ahead, keep reading. Read a little more. Let's hear what happened in Christmas.
Christmas time, everybody got a present from, and Mars, I was like it. Everybody got a present, and Mars
Everybody got a present for Christmas. It don't sound like a slave, it sound like mom. You know what I'm saying? It sound like family. You know.
And Mars Bob gave a big hog to every 4 families.
He gave a big what?
Hog.
Man, he gave him a big hog. Everybody got their own pig for Christmas.
Good night.
And this cat really thought he gave you something that, guess what, he know you ain't supposed to eat.
Right.
White people know you're not supposed to eat pork. That's why they continue to force that mess on. Pork has its own peculiar goddamn demon, man.
Right.
Pork is a demon all by itself. Black people are worried about sex demons. I've been seeing people post that lately. A sex demon. You ain't got a problem with, you got a problem eating that goddamn pork. You understand? That pork is its own goddamn demon.
Right.
Go ahead, read some more.
We have money to buy whiskey with.
You know, niggas love to drink. Okay, keep on.
In spare time, we make corn shuck horse collars and all kinds of baskets. And Mars bought them off of us.
Because guess what he did? He bought them from you, gave you a penny, and then when he sold to his people, it bought $10. You understand? Keep going. Like I said, this dude was a real businessman, right? He was a real crook. You understand? That's all he was. All right, and that's what all white businessmen are. They're crooks, man. They're not heavy into their business and their craft and their trade. You understand? They just crooks.
Right.
They just know how to steal. You understand? They know how to get over on it. He knew. Guess what? I'll let them, instead of them watching us enjoy Christmas, we'll let them enjoy Christmas. And we'll wrap a bow and a ribbon around a hog and give it to them. That's their Christmas gift. And he really thought that he was getting something special. Because the master gave them a pig, something that they ain't supposed to eat. Something that's going to give them goddamn a heart failure, and kidney failure, cancer. It's been known to give you all kinds of problems. Cholesterol, you understand? stroke, all that, man. And here it is, he gave you a hog, gave you something that's gonna kill you. And here you is thinking that you got one of the bestest gifts of the year. Go ahead, read some more.
What he couldn't use, he sold for us.
Ah, you understand? That's what he did with it. He sold it. Alright? Of course he enjoyed some of them baskets for himself and for his family.
Right.
You understand? Gave it away. Here, honey. You understand? Here, son. Here, daughter. And then the rest of them he sold. This dude was all about getting that paper. He was all about getting that. Man, what's his name? Morris Trump? Huh?
Right.
Was that his name?
Right.
Morris Trump? Was he filed in bankruptcy every goddamn year? Lied to him he ain't got no money, just keep it in his purse? You understand? Come on, keep reading.
We take post oak and split it thin with draw knives and let it get tough in the sun. And then we weave it in the cotton baskets and fish baskets and little fancy baskets.